going to be brutal there with that very low strength roll. That's going to be rough in our early game.
Alright, Tyerenex rocking the red mage. basp33 rocking Cecilia.
Alright, we have a gold chest. And a double key. We're a gold double key, so this is going to be great. We'll have to see if our runners decide to do the instantaneous duplication chest glitch.
Almost a reason not to.
And there's the walk back up into the king.
Bass says, screw that. I'm buying keys.
But by staying in the castle, that is still an available glitch, so I don't think there's any problem there. Basp's just doing things in a different order here, it appears. All right, and we do have... Oh, but Tyerenex... Wait a minute. Yep, there it is. There's the gold in the treasury. Oh, but he didn't get the right order of the chest, so he will have to reset if he wants to take advantage of that grind.
That's the case. He stayed before he can try it again, but also has Urge's token. So that one chest, the bamboo pole, nope. Required chest. So token is off the map. Whereas Basp has not done the glitch, has actually left the castle and came back in. So now that gold glitch is off the menu for Basp. Alright, so Tyerenex will get in the other order now. We'll buy keys and we'll attempt to do a gold grind. But what's around? Is there a town nearby to exploit this gold?
Oh, wow. And there's a Magidraki with Hurtmore right off the bat, so this is not going to be a pleasant seed. And the Jerk is underneath the castle, so nothing of benefit, at least in the early game, in the lower castle basement.
Good to have there, though. You can do your final grind, you can find something in the bottom of the cave, and once you find your stones of sunlight, luckily, you go back home and cash it in. Alright, Magidraki's going to be the business here. If Tyerenex does choose to do a gold grind, it might be for naught.
Yeah, I'm thinking with these enemies, the gold grind might be a very bad idea.
Just keep in mind where that chest is and come back later after the mountain cave or Garen's grave. Or, goodness, you die in Garenham somehow. Best find out the stats are indeed that bad. Scorpion is well beyond the capability to kill right now. Probably need 2 crits to finish off a Scorpion.
Oh my goodness, what a brutal start. That is Slimes with Dragonlord Breath, Magidrakis with Hurtmore. What is this?
What is the safe monster? Here's a plain Draki. Let's see what it's packing.
Oh, but there's 2 towns! Tyerenex with 2 towns on the screen. Can he make it?
Again, Tyerenex did not grind gold, so Tyerenex did not take advantage of that opening glitch. Finds Cantlin, so might go back, reload, and try this again.
Oh, and there's the silver shield available. That's a big one this early on.
And they have keys, so all 3 shops are on the market. Yeah, maybe not. Picking up a hand axe and saying that's good enough. Hand axe and clothes and calling it a day. Walks out of town, gets dunked.
With that silver shield available there in the broadsword, I would be really tempted to reset out of this and attempt to restart that grind.
To be fair, it's a very dangerous walk. Ghosts also have some form of breath, I think baby breath. And the enemies around that peninsula are warlocks, wizards, and mid to high tier enemies. So getting to that town again not being destroyed might be a challenge.
Yeah, it's just with this starting strength and agility, it's such a difficult run against anything here. The broadsword might make the Magidrakes one-shot with the extra 5 attack power.
It's true. They may have here the axe. The slimes will go down one hit, so they won't have a chance to blow you up before they can get killed. So we can slow grind here.
This is just going to be a very brutal early game opening here for these runners, even with those towns around the peninsula, just because of the length of the walk. We could be in for an interesting set of decisions here, Seawolf.
Indeed. Bass finds the freebie cave in the swamp. Gold grind available. So if you want to do the slow path, you get more gold in this cave.
Oh, and Bass picking the wrong direction there.
Yep, Bass went to the west. There have been 2 towns waiting. All you'll find here is star weapons and death.
Yes, very, very painful death.
Now here we're seeing the advantage of the hand axe and Tyerenex's side. The slime can murder you, but not if it dies in one hit. You kind of put with Bass. If Bass finds those towns down south, they may reset and go back, just based on the fact they may think they were behind and missed out on a good chance.
Oh, that's not good. It looks like these Magidrakes may be 75% hurt more. I don't think I've seen them do anything but since.
Alright, level 2 is a huge gain.
Oh, wow. 27 HP. That'll make surviving things better. And stop spell, so the Magidrakes just became killable.
Yeah, unfortunately for Basp, Tyerenex has established themselves, and nothing here can be a problem for them. You're going to see a huge gain, a huge jump in stats, and a huge experience lead open up quickly, I believe, on Tyerenex's side.
Oh, goodness. And Basp going the wrong way again and then finding a massive swamp down there, so I don't think he can even make it through that side. That may be good. It may lead him to the 2 towns.
Bash trying to see just how far south I can look and see what's down there. So play the game might have been the early hand axe from Tyerenex, who dared to walk around that peninsula.
And picked left over right, so apparently he did take the left turn at Albuquerque. I think Basp is going to choose the right direction this time. He found that swamp and knows there's nothing of value that he can get to there.
Now we're going to see if they'll take time. Yes, he will fight this Drakey. To our knowledge, Drakeys are pretty tame, but with the level of strength, the Drakey might not be hittable.
Wow, this is just brutal. What was the safe monster in Zone 0?
I'm not sure there was a safe monster in Zone 0. Yeah, at this low strength value, the Drakey is basically 0 or 1 for damage, and it's coin flips. And Bass is losing tons of coin flips in a row.
Yep, losing too many coin flips in a row, and he goes down before he gets to see the 2 towns down there about another 15 steps. That's rough.
Tyerenex, meanwhile, takes down a Warlock, gets level 4. Get important detail, Tyerenex not heal yet, so there's no way you get to a shop without doing the long walk again. So it's basically grind to your amount of HP and then go back for more.
But with the ability to get the Magidrakes with stop spell, he's got a fair grind for these early levels. When he gets up past about 5 or 6 will become when this becomes rough, if he doesn't find a heal spell by then.
Obviously, the Magidrakes still catching hurt more, so almost certainly a 75% chance for hurt more.
Yeah, at this point, I'm certain they're a 75% hurt more. There's just no way they could be anything else.
And again, this just be a luck run here. Basp sees the town.
And
now-
gets good run luck.
And now I must feel like, oh no, I am behind.
Now with keys, does he check all the shops or does he just nope out? That is an immediate nope out, but even though he's still level 1 with no experience, he's not resetting to gold grind after seeing that silver shield. I'm surprised.
Alright, Basp now choosing door and chest. Now, Basp, from their actions, might not be aware that you can do the double trick in the throne room, and basically have it happen twice and fool the game that way at the game's get-go. Basp did not make an attempt to do that, like Tyerenex did.
Yeah, that is one thing some people watching this may not be aware of. When you open the 3 chests in the throne room at the start of the game, it logs them in as open chests. If you go downstairs and straight back upstairs, they've stayed wiped off the screen because those chests cannot be duplicated, but the game reads them again, so it takes up 6 of the 8 available chest slots, which means if you open the Treasury, the first 2 chests will fill out the available 8 chest slots the game has, and the last 2 will be able to be duplicated, which allows you to do a gold grind straight off the start when you get 2 keys like that.
So people ask me at Dragon Warrior Randomizer what to learn how to play the game. The random maps keep track of your directions. Dungeons have a reference source to learn them to do them. And mechanics. Learn the game's mechanics, because there are a lot of fixed things in the game that you can take advantage of. The situation rises up. It may surprise you. You might get a Garenham backdoor into a swamp cave into, back to Tangel. And surprise, now you have a gold grind. You didn't see it before. You didn't have to get killed. It wasn't dangerous. But the option's still there. Tyerenex finding a few caves. We have the Silver Staff Cave. Ooh, my apologies. We totally missed. We were still watching Basp. That level 5 picks up Heal More.
And with the mountain cave here, that's another opportunity to pull a gold grind if he can make it to the bottom and get the chests opened. But here's a Magi Wyvern blocking his path.
Manages to escape. Magi Wyvern is cool at low levels. It has stop spell. So Heal More will not save you against Magi Wyvern.
And Basp attempting the walk with 1,500 gold and does not make it.
Yeah, Basp is so afraid of everything. Basp is running from slimes now because they can kill you.
Yeah, everything in Zone 0 seemed to be capable of killing you. You had Hurt Moors, you had Dragon Lord breaths, it was just all over the place.
This is one of those terms they call an Australia seed, where everything outside the towns and civilization will try and murder you. And Basp doing a slow grind, purposely going in and out of the castle repeatedly to grind this one chest.
That definitely tells me that Basp is not aware of the duplication using the throne room.
And Basp better be aware. Well, they might reset after this. They try and fail, they might reset. They have 1 key left, so you need to be careful about that. Tyerenex heading to the mountain cave, gets to the bottom level, finds some gold, finds the dragon scale.
Got 1 chest left to check, it looks like. The very far chest in the southwest corner.
Ooh, magicians have baby breath and heal more, so they are nightmares for early level. Basp approaches the town and gets in. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, what a find in the last chest of Mountain Cave. We have the Erdrick sword.
Big Stick is in play. Not in Charlock, not the table, not buried in Garanham. Right there in the mountain cave, waiting to be grabbed.
Wow, that is so rough for Bass because he spent all this time getting just enough gold to get that broadsword, and as soon as he finds Mountain Cave, it's going to be obsolete.
I mean, it's not obsolete for now. To survive that long, the sword was going to be required, so it's not too surprising. And these levels are massive gains. Tyerenex at level 6, 74 hit points, 51 agility. Tremendous power. Strength's a bit low still, but the sword says, who needs strength?
Yeah, this almost feels like a 100 agility seed where the strength takes so long to catch up that you have all the defense power you could ever want.
And Tyerenex fires up the gold grind. How about the Caitlyn and probably armor up?
We'll have to see how far he takes it. I know he did not look at all of the armor shops over there. All he knows about, as far as I know, is that one shop in the Silver Shield. So we'll have to see if that's going to be enough or if he's going to go looking for full plate or magic armor.
I imagine maybe grind like 17 or 20,000. And you have access to magic armor's there, you have access to it. You know Silver Shield's there. But that'll give you access to any other armor you see. And there's no point not to for an extra 30 seconds of grinding. Because of any armor you want.
Yeah, especially since you've seen so much hurt and hurt more already, since the magic armor does reduce the damage that hurt and hurt more does, plus the HP gain while walking along, 1 HP for every 4 steps, will also help you conserve your heal more. So I definitely think if you can find the magic armor, it would be a useful play right now.
Alright, Bass back at the castle after a quick death. Getting some more keys to back themselves up. And they're going to head outside and probably kill some small monsters. The broadsword shouldn't be a problem killing even Megadrakes.
Yep, and there is the completed grind to 23,000, and we're headed up for a safety save. We have enough for magic armor and the silver shield.
Bass will be upset. When Bass sees that town there so far into the game, and level 5 having heal more, they will probably be quite upset that they missed out on that early chance. Bass not waiting to grind levels. Bass still trying to walk out and strike out into the map and finding monsters well beyond their capabilities.
Yeah, I think the extra attempts at exploration are definitely I can't believe I didn't get to that town. I feel behind, so I have to make something work.
A lot of games that play as a mentality you take up where you try to play outside your game. If you're playing Magic and you think you're playing a player with a certain kind of deck or a certain play style, you change your own playstyle, which makes you less effective at what you do. At some point, you have to say, let me get myself to where I have to be, then we'll strike out. Then we'll go to the world, and I can heal, and I can kill things. In the meantime, let's not walk out and get free kills from large dragons that we cannot possibly touch.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of rough luck for Basp. He gets the kill, gets some levels, but had an excellent move that would have saved him almost all of his HP, and it got dodged. That's just been the story of Basp's early game here. Just not much luck for him.
All right, we'll see. I missed the town there, what our friend Tyerenex picked up. Definitely went shopping. Yes, we have magic armor, we have silver shield. Tyerenex is now broke, but well armored. And the map has nothing. Go forth and fight, young Erdrick.
That is actually great information for this early, because he now knows that either the Fairy Flute or the Edric's token will be in a chest, so he will be a little more careful to get all the items out of Garen's grave, I would guess.
Well, spoilers, the token was in the castle treasury. That's already out of play.
Yeah. I was so much paying attention to the gold grind, I'd missed the token.
Now the question is coal real? Does it exist? Is the armor there? As for Tyerenex having a scale on, I am not certain. Tyerenex picked it up in the cave and kept on walking. I did not see a stop to, by the way, don the scale. There you go. High speed eyeballs. So yes, stopped in town and said, oh, by the way, I have this thing. Let's put it on. Bass approaching level 5 will find heal more or be very sad about it. But at that point, just put your head down and keep grinding.
Wow, looks like we have a really high stop spell chance Magiwyvern. This could be a great find for an early grind. Magiwyvern's being 83 experience per kill.
Algebrat points out that dragon scales might be overrated. They are fantastic until you wear them in front of another dragon. Then it gets awkward.
Oh, and we have a Hawksness find, but we have blue dragons with Dragonlord breath. Whew! The dragons are spicy!
Yes, Bass saw it before by unfortunate luck. But Tyerenex, even with the power they have, for all the gear they have, they still only have 74 HP, which means they're not fully prepared for that. It will kill them. If they're in Charlock, oh boy, get your damage on.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. Blue D's in Charlock could be brutal for a portion of that walk. 3 different zones they could appear in that dive later.
Alright. Bass is back to town, buys a large shield. No coal yet, Algebrat. Until we see coal, it does not exist. Me and MPI agree. Coal is not a real town.
Yes, our great restreamer Lord of the Synth noting that with this agility gain at this point and the fact that the strength is coming up so slowly, you may not need to be concerned about him because your run chance is going to be so high.
It doesn't scary monster like that kill you in one shot. The blue dragon that just murders you out of nowhere. You don't know what else it can do. It can surprise you. Tyerenex heads to a cave and finds Swamp North.
Swamp North with metal slimes. And coal is real. Coal is real. Here is the moment of truth, and it is the armor.
All right, so Bass now has an interesting juxtaposition here. Now Bass has the armor and is now moving, where Tyerenex is now exploring with the giant sword. Again, with Tyrex's gear is not as crippling a loss, but that's a weird spot in the map that Bass walked to.
Tyerenex really checking off sections of the map, though. He's got 2 dead ends down to this section here, so that is really going to help him mark off sections of his map that he never needs to return to.
Bass also finds the Silver Harp Cave, which means that Tyerenex saw it before and didn't walk south to find coal. So Tyerenex is over in that part of the map and did not walk south enough to see the town. Bass is now in the mountain cave. They can plumb the depths. They will find themselves a shiny sword. Bass. Interesting policy trying to kill this Magiwyvern. And Bass is not. Oh.
Yeah, this one kind of surprises me, Seawolf. Maybe you can explain to our viewers why I'm surprised by the need to stop spell the stop spell.
Okay, so Urge's armor does quite a few things. Massive defense boost, heal per step, ignore barriers, ignore swamps, ignore 1/3 of Dragon Breath, ignore about 2/3 of Hurt and Hurt More, and also ignore stop spell at all times. So unfortunately, taking time to cast stop spell could have been a dangerous problem, because you're already immune to it. So Bass is not aware of that property of Urge's armor. So again, with the mechanics, Bass, if you go back and watch this stream, the gold grind, the initial point, which is not really a popular known thought about the throne room double loading, and the armor having the stop spell resistance. They're very key points, mechanics of the game that can be used for your favor. But as I ramble about things that are missing, they are hitting metal slimes and getting kills.
Yeah, the game deciding to pay Bass back, it just forced that metal slime to stand in front of him for about 5 rounds in a row. while Tyerenex getting blue deed again. That's just not being a fun thing to see for him. That's the third time he's seen that blue D.
Bass having a pretty fortunate mountain run cave, or mountain cave run, I should say. Finding lots of metal slimes, and not much in the way of... okay, there's Magic Wyvern again. With that level gain, they're doing a lot more damage.
Okay, but this time Basp does not stop spelling the Magic Wyvern, so I don't know if he remembered that he got the armor. He may have forgotten the first time he got in the armor. Oh my, there's a Hurt More behind the stop spell.
Alright, so Magic Wyvern's packing the goods. In my seed, Magic Wyvern had Heal More and Hurt More. So Magic Wyvern are... no, they're being magey tonight. They're getting the name involved.
Yeah, I had not seen the Hurt More before, but maybe Basp had.
Actually, Basp didn't have any more MP. So Basp might have not been able to cast that spell.
Basp, hopefully with this no MP, is going to be capable of getting to this last chest. We know the bottom chest in the southwest corner is the important one here. It is the big stick.
Urge's armor coming in huge here with the heal walking and the fact that mid-game enemies are doing between 5 and 10 damage. Rogue Scorpion is kind of the end boss of the overworld. It's the strongest monster that can be killed by Hurt More in one shot, as naturally found in the overworld, and only doing 3 or 6 damage to them. These weapons, which are mid-game enemies, are falling to critical hits. So good fortune again favoring Basp after the early start being very rough.
Yeah, Tyerenex has tried about 4 times to get into Hawksness and just cannot get in there. But there he goes up and finds coal, so that will be armor, and that will make that blue D much easier to deal with for Tyerenex.
So let's be careful though, with only 92 HP, I'm saying at level 8, only 92 HP, but you still die 2 hits to Flame Breath most of the time. So even at the cap of 48 on the Dragon Breath, you have to still respect it. You can't swing into it without being fully healed.
Yep, right now the blue dragon would look like the normal Dragon Lord fight. Swing, heal more, swing, heal more, swing, heal more.
Alright, Basp is pretty safe so far, is doing pretty good work, and the agility helping it a lot. The high agility dodging enemies from Charlock even, and will now find the sword, barring this Rogue Scorpion.
Yeah, with the heel walking, I don't foresee that one being a problem, and there is the boomstick for Basp. We have Erdrick's sword.
Our runners have comparable gear besides that silver shield. Basp may attempt to die here and get a gold grind going with that shield. We will see, because now they are fighting wizards versus running away. So perhaps they are trying to die in the process now.
Yeah, maybe an attempt to grab that extra 100 or 200 XP off of a fight or two and go ahead and take the death. But there is level 9, and we have the boomstick for Basp, and we just found Boom on Tyerenex. It's Hurt More.
Alright, so again, Tyerenex 1 step ahead. And now with the armor in hand, has the better gear, had the sword first, and now has Hurt More first. Between the sword and the Hurt More, most enemies will not be a threat any longer. It's a matter can you survive the hits back. Chapman owning the vanilla wings in the Rimbledar chest.
Looks like Basp whittling away at the Rogue Scorpion, and if he gets that kill, we'll be down to only about 100 XP lead, but Tyerenex does already have himself that Hurt More spell.
Rogue Scorpion being annoying has heal over a spell. Rogue Scorpions have a higher than normal defense. They have a very high agility, makes them hard to run and lowers their damage dealt to them. That's why some enemies that have high defense, like the Golem, kind of relies on a big HP pool versus high defense. The Scorpions, in particular, rely on a high agility. They take so little damage, but they have low HP.
And I think we have a major revelation from Tyerenex. We have red Ds with Hurt More and Heal More at exceptionally high percentages. So one stop spell makes them basically a free 255 experience.
Okay, so Red Dragon's playing the part of a sucker, punching bag. And Basp cannot die. Basp is trying to die in this cave and cannot find a way to get destroyed by these enemies.
Best way with the armor is probably to use one of your items, like the fighter's ring or something that you have, over and over again so you never kill the enemy and you can let it kill you. It may be his only option if he's getting low encounter rates in here.
Don't think Bass has an item to use in that regard, though. Though Bass should have the Dragon Scale. If they came to the top of the mountain cave, they should have had the Dragon Scale in the items, which means another possible mechanics they're not aware of, that you can use the item over and over again, the Dragon Scale, and yep, that's Dragon Scale, all right? Yep, that's a Dragon Scale, and that takes your turn. On the plus side, grinding Rogue Scorpions for experience is not bad at this level.
Yeah, definitely not, especially now that that will be level 9 and there will be hurt more.
That's a basic question, though. Can they escape the cave? Do they know how to get through the cave in the dark?
And there is a quick level 10 for Tyerenex. Those red Ds that could be stop spelled gave him a real boost there.
Yeah, Bastard wants to find another wizard, I think, to try and get destroyed by a Charlock enemy with a much stronger attack. But keeps finding these rogue scorpions that are very, very soft and magicians. So Bastard is desperately trying to get destroyed and cannot do it.
Tyerenex taking full advantage of the reduction in hurt more damage to give himself a chance to get that stop spell off, and it does connect on the second casting.
There we go. Bast finally realizes I can look at these items. Let the wizard do the damage.
Yeah, he may have actually been hunting the wizard for a quicker death since he knew he could kill the rogue scorpions.
Definitely possible, but at that point, if you're trying to get out of the cave that badly, take your death. You know, it might take an extra 5 rounds to the rogue scorpion, but the extra 2 minutes you start walking around trying to find another encounter doesn't always work in your favor.
Yep. One of the risk-reward plays that makes these races so intriguing to watch. The decisions can really gain you time, and they can really lose you time.
But again, for all the harping on, level 9 has hurt more. Has the best gear in the game just about, other than the Silver Shield. Is ready to rock. Tyerenex has seen Charlock, and has been to Hawk's Nest. But Hawk's Nest, to our knowledge, might not have any important, because Hawk's Nest, the armor's in coal, and yeah, the token was in the Treasury, so no point in Hawk's Nest unless you want the Fairy Flute, perhaps.
Possibly the flute, or they could possibly consider checking it to see if the tile is a good grind enemy.
Very true. Basp finally gets the gold grind going. We'll invest in a Silver Shield, I imagine, in the next minute or so.
Yep, looks like we're going to be equivalent gear very shortly. And we are already on Tyerenex's side with this agility gain at 85 defense. So our defense is not going to be a problem. It's the strength gain we're going to have to wait on.
Also a ton of hit points. 112 at level 10. At this point now, they're probably safe for a Dragonlord fight, HP-wise and defense-wise. They need to look into a detail of, when's my strength going to get there, because hurt more will not save against Dragonlord. Looking for another at least 40 or 50 attack power to make it safe.
I don't know about you, Seawolf, but I'm beginning to get that Death Necklace feeling.
Yep. Just HP keeps going up. It might stop. It may drop at some point, but the gain's been pretty significant. And that is great if you can find the blast thing. So we have Garen's Grave out there in the wild. We have Garenham, the back door of Garenham. And beyond that, I think we're out of chests, besides Charlock.
Yep, definitely several chest checks left on the overworld. Our runners could consider orphaning some of them simply because they've got so much of the stuff, but with that harp still outstanding and the stone still outstanding, I think we're going to be on a major cave hunt here for a while.
You see Bast hunting overworld with magic weapons. Magic weapons also die guaranteed to hurt more. Their HP range cannot be higher then Hurtmore's minimum damage roll. So long as it affects them, they will die, and I don't think they can resist it. So magic weapon's a free kill with the Hurtmore.
Yep, the highest XP enemy that can be guaranteed to be one-shotted with Hurtmore. So magic wyverns are a phenomenal find.
Right, Bast comes upon Rildar. Nope, my apologies, it's Hawk's Nest. Rildar is more to the south. And Bast realizing, I have token, I have the armor.
Not sure what happened there. And Tyerenex making the play back to Swamp Cave, it looks like.
Yep, me pondering, what's the boss here? What's the grind tile? Because, obviously nothing here of value can be of them. Well, very few could be here. And if the golem ends up being the final boss, ends up being a jerk with sleep and punch, could be trouble. Tyerenex heads to the swamp cave, pops up the other side, resumes walking.
Oh, and the blue dragons have heal on top of the Dragon Lord 2 breath, so that makes them even harder to get rid of.
I think the heal's kind of annoying, but it's Urge of Swords should out damage the heal pacing, as does the not a Hail Mary hurt more, but a chance to do hurt more on them. Ah, your spike tile's an Axe Knight.
And there on the other side of Swamp is our Garanham. So here's our next set of chances for the Silver Harp and the Stones of Sunlight.
Unfortunately, it is full of item shop duties.
Wow, so that means both the Harp and the Stones are either in Tablet Cave or in the Grave.
But let's find out.
Well, there's the Tablet Cave, so we're going to have one half of this answered.
Bast is up Hawk's Nest. Possibly the grind spot, but not important now.
Yeah, when you're still missing all the items to make the rainbow drop, the grind isn't really terribly important.
Especially you have both more spells, best sword, best armor. Ooh, magical key. So, nothing, well, handy. It's handy to have in the tablet cave sometimes, but in this case, it's not really important.
Yeah, this far into the seed, we've already seen Rimuldar, we've already opened up so much stuff. Yeah, that magic key not very useful there. More a time waster because there is no outside spell, so Tyerenex has to walk this out.
Alright, the grave has the goods.
Wait, was that a cave just south of Garanham? I don't think that was the Swamp Cave entrance, was it?
I don't know. We'll see where Tyerenex walks over to.
Yeah, I think about 3 tiles east and just south there was a cave.
Nope, Tyerenex is going north.
Yep, that must have been the swamp entrance then, because he had to see as he walked up to the town.
Yeah, funny thing I saw last seed, as the Outer comes across Charlock. I was on the map, and I got into a fight. When you get hit, the screen shakes, and actually moves the map. So I saw a town on the edge of my screen that I didn't see before, because the map shook when I got punched by a wizard. So keep your eyes open when you're fighting.
Oh, there's the other cave. We're probably about to see Garanham. Or the grave of Garanham.
Yep, 1 dead bard. 6 good treasure chests. And 1 bonk.
Error runner has hit a wall.
Alright, gotta go digging. Ooh. Chest 2 and chest 3. So level 2 has the stones of the harp, and level 3 has the other.
So through the swamp to all of our key items to make our rainbow drop, basically.
And then Jerk Cave's back at home, so Jerk Cave is not a mystery.
But they'll have to get the harp turned into the Staff of Rain first, so there will be a little travel required.
And we call it the Jerk Cave because the old man inside who gives you the rainbow drop. You have to, have a shiny stick, have a shiny rock, have a token saying, "Hi, my name is Erdrick," and then maybe he'll give you the rainbow drop. Otherwise, he throws you out of the cave.
And there the Axe Knight showing off a little bit of why he might not be the primo grind he normally is. He's pulling out the sleep spell on Basp today.
Okay, so Axe Knight held that in the back pocket. Did not use it in the fight the first few times you saw. But it's, oh, by the way, sleep. And no matter how good your armor is, if you're asleep, you can't do much about it.
Yep.
You're probably not in danger with this current agility and otherwise hit point total, but time is definitely of the essence.
Yep. If we could take a look at that Axe Knight, let's see what percentage that sleep is, Monsieur Slime. Looks like we are at 50-50, so there will be some risk there if he survives your opening hurt more.
Yeah, Axe Knight's one of the enemies that may die to hurt more. Your HP is 67 in your base, and you can go down a few points, up a few points as well. So enemies have a somewhat randomized HP pool, and your hurt more has a range of damage. So too low, if they both roll low, you can miss by that way. If one rolls high or doesn't get high enough, you can still survive the process. So you never guarantee a kill against the Axe Knights with that.
Yep. Lord of the Synth pointing out that with our runner's HP, they're not really at risk of death from the sleep, but it's definitely giving you a chance to be slowed down because that sleep spell can last up to 6 rounds on our hero today.
Alright, Bass getting those wings.
And there is the harp find on the 2nd floor of the grave. So it looks like somebody wanted to hide the light from the Stones of Sunlight, so they buried it 3 floors deep in a grave.
There's somebody that taste for a randomizer. They didn't put the harp in the harp chest. Actually, it's totally the 3rd floor. You got the 1st floor up top with the door and the 3 on top there. 2nd floor is like the H like cross path where you can choose 4 staircases. 1 level down, the top left, level 3, part 1, has the chest in the corner. And then you go down level basically 3, then 4, then back up once to level 3, part 3, and find the harp chest.
Yep, you're right. I was thinking about it in terms of order of operations, I guess. I wasn't considering the staircase back up for the harp chest.
Just hurts my brain.
Yeah, the staircases in that level and then some of the stuff that can get done if you have to go to Judge's Table in Charlock are supremely headache-inducing.
I mean, the Dragon Lord says, here's a bunch of gold, build my castle, but put this staircase in here. This one has to last forever. This one has to go up to a table. You look at him funny, those are you funny. And then you stop looking at him, he's looking at you funny. You don't want that. Dragon Lord's angry. Alright, Bass getting good luck with the Hurt Moors and the Blue Dragons. Speed those fights.
So now we are pretty well certain with the last chest open here from Tyerenex that we have both the Fighter's Ring and the Death Necklace buried in the Dragon Lord's Castle of Charlock.
For John, we're seeing the pretty equal leveling. They're close to experience points. However, Bass was missing a great deal of exploration. Does not have any of the 3 key items that Tyerenex has in their possession. So unfortunately, they have similar, completion in terms of like experience points and monsters they've killed. But Tyerenex had a much more longer time to walk around the map and find stuff than Bass has had so far. And it's going to catch up and be a problem in about 10 minutes.
And it looks like where? Oh, okay, there we go. He was looking for the Staff of Rain cave. I couldn't figure out where he was headed there.
Oh. Tyerenex now going to cash in all items. Very important. Grab your Staff of Rain. Don't give your harp away and walk out the cave like I did. Don't do that.
And actually, the experience lead, even with all the time that Tyerenex has spent exploring, is still over 1,000. So I am a little surprised by that. And we find the golem guarding the princess for Basp.
Basp not hanging around for that fight. Gets punched once and an ambush, says, nah, that's enough of that. Walks away.
Alright, it looks like Tyerenex does not fear the sleep spell from the Axe Knight. It looks like we are in grind and go mode, and our grind spot is Hawksness.
Immediately put to sleep. So, here comes the grind.
Oh, and another Metal Slime trolling Basp. He got the 2 damage in, couldn't get the 3rd.
Ooh, and Tyerenex getting the full snooze out of the sleep spell, and almost taken out by the Axe Knight.
That was at least a 5 turn, and it might have been the max 6. Wow.
Again, 5 out of that sleep, so it's a coin toss basically. 50-50 chance to wake up or not wake up. And after 6 losses, the game has pity, and if you're not dead, it wakes you up. This Axe Knight does it again. Is that 3 rounds?
Yeah, that was another 3-rounder and a failed stop spell. So this Axe Knight is just not being polite at all to Tyerenex to start this grind.
That's just some bad luck, though. Stop spell we saw when the pop-up came up was 1 out of 16. So just, obviously, sleeping too long and bad luck there, not a shock.
Yeah, pretty much that stop spell missing was just like having one of your Hurtmores miss on those Axe Knights. It's very unusual to see.
Yep, you're Homer the Axe Knight. Absorbed it. I was surprised. It was surprised. You were surprised together.
And it looks like Tyerenex just going to take the Death Warp to refill HP and MP to start this in again.
Again, between the stop spells and the healing, the MP grinds up pretty fast.
I did not realize that the Axe Knight was that resistant to stop spell. It's actually 5 out of 16 resistant. I didn't think it was that high.
It does change a bit. Stop spell resistance does change a bit when monsters have spells. Otherwise, you have a problem like if a Red Dragon knew heal more, it would by default have 15-16 stop spell resistance. The randomizer trims that down a bit to a certain level once they have magic abilities to make sure that you can possibly deal with them.
Looks like Tyerenex is making the play down to have a chat with the jerk of all jerks and get that rainbow colored drop.
And Basp finds Tablet Cave. And was about 20 seconds away from being disappointed.
Yep, the disappointment will be real from this Tablet Cave. About half the time you jump for joy seeing this particular key drop, but not today.
Location, location, location. And Tyerenex again, we're seeing the huge HP pool combined with the incredible agility and best gear in the game. Nullifying combat, physical combat from a Blue Dragon is doing not much. A full combat with Blue Dragons outside of the Fire Breath will let them at 88 health. The Fire Breath obviously made it a little dicey. You gotta respect it. But unless it attacks you, it's basically child's play.
But the low strength is making it so they don't do much damage, so this heal that was backing up those fire breaths is making these fights take significantly more resources.
And Blue Dragon's an interesting problem. Like, do I cast that spell on Blue Dragon when it's going to be hitting me with Fire Breath? Do I waste my time on that?
I really think with that particular Blue Dragon setup, with the Dragon Lord Breath and the heal spell, I think probably your best bet is to run, because your strength is so low you just can't get your damage cranked up high enough to matter. It's just too much of a drain on the resources.
Alright, Tyerenex head into the Swamp Tile Spike. We'll find the Golem, and we'll see if Noodle Arms, Tyerenex, even the Sword of Erdrick can take down a golem in a reasonable time.
Wow, another 1 strength gain, but another big chunk of HP. This is beginning to feel like a Death Necklace seed all the way around.
Yeah, level 13, Erdrick Sword is only having 92 attack power, basically being 30 attack power or so away from a reasonable Dragon Lord fight. With the HP, it makes it very viable with that thing. But Death Necklace would jump up by 10 points at the cost of a quarter of HP, so you trade off possibly double attacks for overall higher damage.
I also like the Death Necklace play a little bit in this instance because with the lower end MP, you want to amplify your damage as fast as possible and take out the chance of the low heal more. So I really like the Death Necklace play with the way our stats look right now.
So you want to bet that the necklace is on the judge's table.
Could be rough. It might become a difference of do you grind another level or do you dive for the judge's table? We could see very divergent decision making here towards the end of this seed with this stat growth.
All right, Bass finds the grave of Garen, and we're pretty safe dive. I can't imagine that being a problem in this cave. So in due time, they will find themselves all the goodies.
And the lack of the flute to put this golem to sleep is making this grind very unpleasant. They are dealing out some major damage even with the high defense power that we have right now.
As golems want to do, punching you for anywhere from like 30 to 45 damage. Even with the high attack, well, okay, not so high, with the good defense. So, I'm your 35 damage per hit, something like that.
But with the low attack power, it's taking Tyerenex 5 and 6 hits to kill the golem. So that is not working out quickly.
Yes, golem is not exactly a fair fight. If it punches repeatedly and only has fight for a command, it's basically going to do that high damage attack every single round. My last team, my golem had hurt and stop spells, so it was kind of a free fight. And every now and then, occasionally it would punch you in the face for a 30. But otherwise, it's a pretty free kill.
Yep, and there it is. The golem is fight, fight, and more fight. So he must have listened to that guy in Cantlin, and he is swinging away.
Tyerenex says, let's go down to Charlock and see if we can find some goodies. Almost certainly not pondering a actual attempt at the Dragon Lord with the low MP they have.
Yeah, this almost looks like a what does the first floor of Charlock have and can I grind here?
It hunts on for red dragons. Blue dragons are a pain, golems are nasty, but red dragon is apparently a very, very easy to kill beast. So even with the low damage rolls, the dragon's friendly attacks are much more helpful to go against.
Yeah, and with the old man saying fight and the Hawksness spot being empty, that means the fairy flute fell to a chest, so even it's going to be inside Charlock here. So we have a ridiculously stacked Charlock this evening. We have the Death Necklace, the Fighter's Ring, and the fairy flute all likely to be down here.
We're going to see a werewolf dying to a low roll hurt more. So fortuitous on the hit points and on the damage roll. Bass using their incredible speed to get past a red dragon.
Beta Strep commenting about the red Ds. We know that they have hurt more and heal more, so if you can land a stop spell on them, they're pretty well clean because the spell casting is just ridiculously prevalent.
Yeah, the main problem is that they're not available for pickings. They're not in any spike tiles. So you can't find one by choice. You have to walk around and find one amongst other trash.
Well, we don't know that for certain yet because we have not seen the last spike tile, but that would require a dive clear through Charlock at 64 MP. I'm not sure we have the agility to make that safe yet, although it may get tried.
Tyerenex teasing us, keeps walking towards that throne and says, nah, not good. Bass, meanwhile, is going to cash in their harp, then get the rainbow drop. See, they follow suit.
Yep, that wonderful lake there to the west of the castle really putting a blockade on our runner's ability to get quickly to some of these caves that landed over here. That is a long walk to only go about 15 tiles to the west.
Yep, so pointing out that there are some dragons in the overworld. Actually, near the first town, if you go right into that swamp cave area, where it has the free bonus cave there, go to the south of the desert that has some dragons pop up before.
And Tyerenex knows that because he fought about 3 or 4 of them, but he was having a little bit of bad luck with the stop spells on him, so he may think that their stop spell resistance is higher than it is.
Ooh, baby. Alright, so massive boost in MP, and yet more insane agility. Level 14, still has noodle arms, but basically you can be hit by an accident repeatedly and laugh at it. They are noodly armed. Even with the fighter's ring and death necklace, they'll only be at 108, far below the required 120 baseline to have a reasonable damage roll against Dragon Lord. You probably want higher, honestly. Bass says, time to grind. We're fighting Axe Knights. Tyerenex says, time to... I'm not sure where they're going.
I think he's just going to stay the night in Cole and then walk right back to Charlock. I think Tyerenex just got really tired of that sleep trolling from those Axe Knights. I think it just broke his will to grind them. So he's looking for anywhere to grind other than those.
So if you find bigger fish to fry, it'll help you in the long run. But for every time you find a wyvern or a werewolf that's not nearly as good, you will lose out on that many experience points for such an easier fight.
Oh, he's in there again and walking around. Are we gonna see a dive? It's got a chance. It looks like we have our dive. Tyerenex is going hunting.
Tyerenex wants some loot. I can't imagine Tyerenex thinks they can beat the Dragon Lord now as things stand. But they want to find the loot to make it possible later.
Yeah, this almost feels like I don't like either tile I've seen. I can get all the items out of the or the treasury, and I can find out the last spike tile. This feels like a spike tile play more than anything.
But opting to run, not taking the easy fights against the werewolf, destroying the star wyvern. So picking and choosing fights. Meanwhile, Bass reducing accent to slag at a furious pace.
Getting decent luck with waking up, too. That was a max roll hurt more and only 1 round of sleep. So that was actually a pretty good fight right there. And I think proving Beta Strap's point with that fight, a 1-turn kill on the Axe Knight, not giving it the chance to sleep. As long as you can get that done, it's going to work out real well.
Yep. Again, the Axe Knight's not as many experience points as most of the enemies in Charlock, but the ability to destroy it in 1 or 2 rounds of combat is much more beneficial over time.
And there may have been the reason that Tyerenex was running from the werewolves. They have heal more.
So they're probably not worth killing.
Yep, without the guarantee to kill them, that is definitely a very risky hurt more attempt right there. But damage breaking the Star Wyverns will make this a very easy fight for Tyerenex to take. And Basp is continuing that speedy grind, but does get put to sleep this time. And oh no, there, he gets a wake up after 2 rounds and will survive.
Bass running out of gas, though, so Bass may take the death on purpose and head on back to the castle.
Yep, looks like he's going to take the shot at one last kill before he's out of resources, and he gets it.
Yeah, Beta Strap has that on my point where I always swing first, because dodging dodging is much more of a hazard than my spell not misconnecting. So I always swing first, then hurt more. But then again, you don't lose the chance of a hurt more being a free kill.
Yeah, I think with the knowledge that sleep is at least, we know it's 50%, but he's got to assume it's somewhere between 50 and 75%. I prefer the hurt more first, just because of the chance to not risk the sleep at all. Just take the first turn kill and go.
Tyerenex heading down Charlock still. Again, pick and choose in fights. Oh, for the werewolves, okay. That makes more sense for the werewolves, yes. Because obviously the werewolves will probably not activate their heal more until they're at a certain hit point threshold. So if you get a chance to be kind of hurt and then blow them up, it'll work out a lot better for you.
Okay, there I think Tyerenex found that the second section of the 3 encounter tables in Charlock is fairly prevalent to green dragons, and he was walking back and forth taking several of them right there.
I think I was actually healing there. I think Tyerenex is taking time to get HP back in a fairly friendly attack area. Basp, meanwhile, fighting the well, if you stop spell, it will be neutered to Red Dragon, but opting to swing, and see the heal more, says enough of this and bails out.
Yeah, I'm not sure Basp had actually seen the heal more from the red Ds up until right then. That may have been the reveal.
Very possible. I've been surprised by the boss tile before. I've gotten all the way to the end of the game and been, oh, by the way, heal more. And yeah, that's kind of ruins everything. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Axe Armor.
Tyerenex taking time to check out something right there while Basp continues the Axe Knight grind.
Alright, Tyerenex delves to the bottom. Will now attempt to get to the treasury and find some goods.
Yeah, this really feels like a treasury check and a tile check, because if he finds a good tile here, he may come back down and try to just pull a level off the tile and then immediately kill the Dragon Lord to save time. So we'll have to see what this tile drops him right here.
If you runs the HP beyond the heal more value, you can actually get to a point where heal more might not fully heal you because you have so much HP in stock. So you consider your casting of heal mores, you may have a max of 155, but you'll never see that again in combat until you get to, if you heal up 60 maybe.
Yeah.
So once you have that many hit points, it doesn't come back to you during that fight.
Yeah, definitely one of the reasons why I prefer Death Necklace plays a higher percentage of the time than a lot of people seem to, because I just don't, once you get past about that 130, 135 value, you're not likely to pull back all of your HP during fights like the Dragon Lord fight where it's the most imperative.
Alrighty. Assuming the golem finally kills over, it's time to play What's in the Treasury.
Alright, we have, I think, let's make this, since it looks like a Death Necklace seed, let's ask what the Death Necklace will be. We have 50 on the bottom left, 100 in the bottom middle, 150 in the bottom right, 200 middle left, 250 middle right, and 300 at the top. It is time to play Death Necklace Pyramid.
Oop. Did we lose Basp? I hope Basp is back.
Oh, and we did finally have a halfway decent strength gain. That was a 13 power gain, I believe, right there. So we are up.
It's not great, though. 13's nice, but not going to cut the mustard.
Yeah, not going to cut it, but that does put us to where the Fighter's Ring would take us to 111, and the Death Necklace would take us to 121, so we are to where our max is now double digits, so it wouldn't take a whole lot to get us there.
MP just becoming viable as well at 84, giving you 10 heal mores.
All right, that was the flute in the $150 chest, and that is the Death Necklace in the $100 chest.
And the Fighter's Ring. Yep, Tyerenex says that's enough of that. Let's go recharge. Fast recharging as well, heading back to Hawksnest.
I am a little surprised Tyerenex did not make a play to at least check the spike tile. That really surprises me.
Tyerenex is down to, I believe, 12 MP or so. So if they had to emergency heal more on the way there, they would not be able to outside out of the castle.
Yeah, but at that point, you could just fight until you die and then go right back in if you find a good spike tile. You're coming out to replenish MP and HP anyway. It's not much different.
Basking the grind on. So, steady grind, still not catching up to the experience point lead that Tyerenex has. Fighting enemies in Charlock has been keeping in good pace.
Yep, still looks like we've got about a 1,500 experience lead, down to 1,400 just now. So definitely starting to cut into it a bit, but not by a whole lot. And Tyerenex looks like he's just going to grind the top floor. Doesn't look like he's going to redive right now. Maya asking if this can be done at 15 with Death Necklace. Well, let's do the math here, just for the benefit of everybody. We are at 111 with the Fighter's Ring, and we could get to 121 with the Death Necklace. So we are looking at a range of 5 to 10, so an average of 7.5, which is going to require us basically to get 20 swings in, and we only have 10 heal more. So regardless, if we tried to go for doubles or if we tried to Death Necklace, there is no way other than hurt more strats we're going to win the Dragon Lord 2 fight at level 15 in this seed.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dragon Lord, in a game where you can't dodge, you're taking those hits on the chin every single time. Even with the incredible defense power they have, they fire breath repeatedly. No, it's still 48 coming at you. Yeah, respect the damage.
Yeah, definitely don't see an issue with low HP. Even if we use the Death Necklace, we'll be well over 100, and we already have 101 defense power. So we aren't worried about the Dragon Lord hurting us. We're just worried about the fact that we can't do enough damage to him before we run out of MP. So one massive MP gain with a little strength, or one massive strength gain, and we're going to be in go kill the Dragon Lord mode.
Seeing the dueling here of grinding effects. While Tyerenex is fighting monsters of higher power and caliber, they're getting more experience points, but every time they walk around, get nothing. Every time they run from a werewolf instead of fighting. That's 4 or 5 seconds for Basp to kill another Axe Knight.
Yep, I definitely think with the werewolves that the fight hurt more strat would definitely speed this up a little bit.
The werewolves have heal more, which makes them dangerous for combat, because they usually get that threshold. You usually hit them just hard enough to make them say, okay, time to heal myself now, and waste your time.
Basp has closed at another 400 XP. We're down to 1,000.
All right, 1,000 behind, and now fully damage broken. The Axe Knight can do no damage to you if it rolls low enough.
Tyerenex making use of that fairy flute that he found, putting the golems to sleep and getting multiple free hits most of the time here on those golems. So helping himself conserve resources a little bit, and those golems are 255, the max XP the game can give you.
And, oop, almost thinking about how to dive, and says, nah, let's keep grinding on top here.
Yeah, I think he definitely wants to see the level, jump out, stay at the inn at Cole, and head right into the Dragon Lord if this level gives him what he needs.
Basp again runs out of gas. Dies in the area, heads back to the Hawk's Nest. Heads to the castle. Finds some Possibly buying some keys. We'll see. I guess while you're here, it's cashing that rainbow drop. And maybe now we'll dive in Charlock at 15. Because
Yeah,
obviously they need to get the other stuff.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a dive and grind a level here potentially for Basp. Think 16 has a high possibility of getting him what he needs, so he's going to go try to get it as he goes down.
Stonemen have the power of absence. I've not seen them much at all in this seed.
I don't think we've seen Stone Man or Gold Man in this entire seed.
But what about my 3 golems? Does open the possibility of a broken stone man guarding the Charlock throne, but no promises.
And here's level 16 for Tyerenex. Do we have enough?
Nope, not really. Be real dicey.
Wow. Yeah, because that's still only 11 max. And only 11. Wow, that's a terrible level.
Go forth and fight Tyerenex.
So, level 17, here we come.
The difference of attack power is going to help in the long run. Bass is still swinging much weaker without the fighter's ring and the extra level of strength, just being enough to be annoying.
I would like to remind everybody that we are in week 3 of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Tournament, and we have a lot of great matchups coming up. We've got another one that started about 15 minutes ago over on RPG Limit Break. That is a quad match, couple of one-on-one matchups going simultaneously there, and we have a lot of great matchups coming tomorrow. We start at, let's see, that is 4 o'clock Eastern with Janice Zeal and Jay Smith. We have what looks like a great matchup between Nest Cardinality and Edgestream tomorrow at 8 p.m., along with Melee Wizard versus Ouijawee and Braxis Muse against Cyberdark at 9 o'clock, Empty Eye and Silverfire at 9 o'clock, and Sigma against our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So we are just jam-packed today and tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
The benefit of having a huge roster of players is that you have a huge schedule of races to watch. Alright, Tyerenex keeps grinding the first level. As he's grinding the Axe Knights. Keeps on going.
The experience lead is down to only about 800 now, so Basp is clearly cutting into that lead with these Axe Knights versus the grind in the first floor.
Again, Tyerenex has the advantage of having all the goods as well, though. Bass will have to dive twice to grab themselves the Death Necklace and the Fighter's Ring. Get that early attack on the Dragon Lord. Then get down by running away from everybody, which is very possibly agility. They probably won't go. But you gotta be careful about losing your resources.
Yeah, I definitely think that Basp has made up his mind now that he's doing Charlock one dive. He's going to grind till he's sure the Death Necklace will get him over the hump, and then he's going to one-shot it, because both of our runners, with the location of the grave and the fact that both the Stones of Sunlight and the Silver Harp landed in the bottom of the grave, they've basically full cleared the game. So they have perfect knowledge of where everything is, other than that slight risk that it's on the judges' table, which we already have the information that it's not.
And Bass, even look at the stats. Saw the level up, saw the numbers, just kept on grinding Axe Knights.
Yeah, most likely was only concerned with the strength stat, and when it didn't roll a big enough number, the rest really didn't matter to him. He was just going to keep going.
Alright, so you head out to the inn. Tyerenex heads out to Charlock. Do the same. Both of our runners are leaving their grind spots and sleeping at the same time, so it's kind of the same. You're not really losing time to your opponent in this regard.
And the gap is 500.
Of note, you're seeing Tyerenex keeps using the fairy flute on the golems, and that's a nice long 2 flute animation you gotta listen to before you get the swing again.
Yeah, I believe that animation runs about 9 seconds, so that is a lot of time to burn, especially if Basp is getting one-shot Axe Knight kills with that Hurtmore. That is just a big drain on the time.
Speaking of which, oh no, it's an Axe Knight. Yes, Fury. Deep in the Treasury, you have the Fighter's Ring, the Fairy Flute, and the Death Necklace.
Ziggy, the necklace has a couple of negative effects. You've got the 25% HP loss, which makes your dive more dangerous if you run into something that trolls you. And you also have the risk that if you get a really unlucky setup and something in there in Charlock kills you, then the king will not let you stay in the castle, and you'll be sent outside with 1 HP. And if the dive went badly, possibly no MP, and then you have to try to get lucky walking around to a town. So yeah, the safe play is generally to wait for the Death Necklace until you get to the Dragon Lord.
And see, with outrageous HP and no agility, you might just do that to kill everything as fast as you can on the way down. If you know you can't run, fight as hard as you can. But then you lose that HP pool, so you have a lower starting point, and as you walk, you heal. So obviously, if you have a higher pool, you get Lucky Hero Walk, go through a whole staircase without fighting an enemy. That's like 40, 50 MP back for you. Or HP, I should say. Tyr's gambling on 17. We'll now dive and fight, and we'll attempt to do all in one go.
Had just enough spare MP for 1 Radiant and potentially 1 heal for safety on the way down. He does any more than that, and he will lose one of his heal more. So we'll have to see how he conserves time on his way down. Oh, and there's a lucky, excellent move. The Golem will only get this 1 hit in before Tyerenex finishes him off.
Great time for a crit on the highest HP in the game, other than the Dragon Lord 2. So, if you're going to blow something up in 1 turn, that's a good monster to choose.
Bass was closing in there. We're down to about 300 XP lead, but Asleep is slowing him down a bit.
I expect both to hit 17 about the same time.
Yep, looks like Basp may actually take the lead depending on his luck with his Hurtmores here, because we are dealing with another Fairy Fluting Golem. Now, the one real risk Tyerenex is making is that if his go mode is that he just gains like 25 MP, then he could have to jump back out of here and re-dive. So this may hurt him depending on which version of 17 becomes his go mode, if it becomes his go mode. And we have simultaneous level 17s.
4 power, 127 with the necklace.
Wow, but he'd still have almost 21 HP, so he'd still have a decent chance of a double with this defense power.
Yeah, it's reasonable. I might leave, recharge, and come back in.
Yeah, I think I would grab the last of the MP and then come back, but it's dicey. And it looks like Tyerenex must be going to go another level because he started Hurtmore Green Dragons right there.
Alright, so Tyerenex is not convinced. Bass as well. Bass. Oh no, Bass. Nope. Ground an extra few Axe Knights, then decided, nah, I'm cool with this. Or I'm out of gas. So we'll see if they're going to grind some more or make that dive.
Yeah, I'm just this is just really knife's edge. If you got good rolls and you got the Dragon Lord to attack you with this high defense power, you could probably get him done right now. But with a bad set of rolls, you've just wasted an entire Charlock dive, which is probably anywhere from 8 to 9 minutes of time with the Dragon Lord fight. Oh, this is just brutal. These runners got a real decision to make right here. They're right on that knife's edge.
Matt's still pretty rough. 9.5 per swing for the beta strip, which I would trust implicitly. So to get to 150 and change, you're looking at still, 16 something swings. And that's assuming it's a low roll. So worst case, probably 19 swings to finish the job.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, you'd be banking on getting some luck there to get it done. That 120 and with 104 defense, I think you're going to get at least a double or two. So if you could go in at the full 120 and not get back attacked, you could probably pull it off. If you get back attacked, then it becomes heal rolls and damage rolls, and can you pull enough doubles? So you're really risking it, but it is a race. So we'll have to see if one of our runners decides to take the Dragon Lord at level 17.
I'm at Tyerenex because Tyerenex burns some MP. Bass hopped into the castle now. Might be a dive to get the goods, or might be a full-on attempt. Time will tell.
Based on if he uses any mana on the way down, we'll probably have our answer. Because if he tries to use no mana, I'm guessing it's a dive for the Dragon Lord.
Bass does have the minds that perhaps early in the seed, the first 10-12 minutes were really nightmarish. They were constantly killed, their enemies you couldn't destroy, and found the town south and found the armor pretty fast after that. And might think they're behind by a good half hour. So maybe it's like, this might work, and I have to try now because I definitely think I'm behind.
Yeah, he may feel that going at 17 is his only option. Because, yeah, with the way Tyerenex got to the first towns, this would be rough. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking this is a 17 YOLO here. Because he's trying very hard not to use any mana.
Yeah, the fact that they went to do a torch to navigate better. Despite having the extra MP basically there, does not have enough MP for the extra heal more at 95. So trying to save it for heals on the way down, perhaps.
Yeah.
Main emergency stop.
Yeah, he may be trying to save everything so that he can try to heal against Dragon Lord 1's hurt mores and swings in an attempt to go into the fight with full HP with Dragon Lord 2 for that initial potential double or triple. So I definitely think that's probably what he's saving for. He's going to try and really take advantage of Dragon Lord 1 to give him as many options as he can.
Still making an effort to make combat, though. So trying to save the resources, they're also fastest fighting, well, everything. With 109 agility, running should be child's play from almost everything.
Well, yeah, but you've got to think the green dragons have been damage broken for like a year and a half now in this seed, so he knows there's no threat.
We finally found a stone man. Appears to be a swingy boy, not doing much else.
Yeah, so I think this might actually be I can take half the enemies in Charlock with no threat, and this may actually be a grind Charlock to the trap tile and then get to 18 for Basp, which may actually be the best play possible here.
Tyerenex is heading out of Charlock. They're going backwards?
Yeah, I guess. Looks like he's walking out. And Key Edition, the Fun Police are not a terrible threat. We know that they have 5 and 16 stop spell resistance and both heal more and hurt more. So as long as even if we find them on that tile, just a stop spell and they are basically garbage.
So Basp has possibly overcome the initial gold grind, not realizing the throne room trick. A little bad luck in the early going. And may actually pull us out. Tyerenex leaves the heal. Basp may sneak down there first to get the first shot at the Dragon Lord.
Yep. I definitely think the usage of those hurt mores on his way down and having to come back out for more MP is going to end up probably deciding this match, because I think level 18, the way Basp is going to get it, is going to be the right way of doing things here for this seed. And it looks like he's going to have perfect timing. He's going to just get to the Dragon Lord, and he's going to hit 18 almost perfectly. This is beautiful to see. The timing of it and the way he's doing it is just phenomenal.
Yeah, picking and choosing fights. Blue Dragon, they know is dangerous, can do a lot of damage in a hurry, so they're saying, okay, we'll skip you. We'll fight something more tame.
Yeah, Blue Dragon is definitely one of the nastiest enemies of this seed.
Alright, Unscathed makes it to the bottom of the throne room.
Taking the detour for the Death Necklace. We'll probably also find the Fighter's Ring. And so we will have the ability to go to 127 right off the bat, and we'll have to see what this level leads to for us.
1 power.
Wow, 18 is not going to be helpful. Holy cow. This just became the real end of the seed. If Basp can get lucky, this is going to end it. If not, Tyerenex is going to have a great shot to regain MP and go down for the fight at 19. Whew, this is going to be a great end to this seed.
Yep, and Bath forced Armor Knight is not letting him run, doing pretty good heavy combat damage, and has hurt more. So Armor Knight is forced to heal more out of Basp.
That may be the nail in the coffin for Basp's run right here, right there. That one heal more is probably going to end the possibility of that dive working out.
And Basp trying to keep up with the Armor Knight, casting heal and hurt more. And didn't want to spend the 2 MP, well, did not know originally that heal and hurt more were going to be a thing. And could not spend the 2 mana to cast that stop spell.
That is unbelievable. That's 109 agility and still failing that run. I think it was 4 times.
AK does that.
Wow, that is just brutal luck for Basp.
Basp, however, did use some herbs, so I have to ponder if they're going to try and do the Hail Mary dive. Don't think they're worth the chance here.
Could try it. Still has 2 heals available before they use up another hurt more or another heal more, and the rest of the herb stash. So could be done. It's going to be
Again, so it's a matter of coming down to the dice a bit. You're here, you can't not try now.
Yeah, I think that's what this is going to boil down to. It's going to boil down to the damage rolls. Does Basp get the upper 50% and win, or does he get the lower 50% and end up just a few HP short? This is gonna decide the run right here, folks. The randomizer gonna randomize.
AK blocking again. AK is not caring about your stats.
Basp may put up a picture of an Axe Knight and start throwing darts at it here pretty soon if they keep doing this to him.
Yeah, if they heal again, it's going to be...
Wow! And there he burned another hurt more, so this run is basically...
the hurt more was fair. The hurt more was still not going to cut into a heal more. But the AK is just ignoring stats.
Yeah, but that leaves him so he doesn't have the heal access, so it's really reducing his chance to get that opening drop on Dragon Lord 2 with full HP.
True, still has the 4 herbs.
That hurts a lot.
Let's see the Spike Tile boss. Actually, has a full herb stash. Still has all. They got 2 more herbs in the treasury, so they got restocked.
Oh, but he just burned them all before the fight. Oh, and there we see this is a play that I have seen so many people do, and I don't understand why they're doing it. They herb all the way up to a full 130, 140 HP,
Oh,
and then death necklacing back down and losing 25% of it. I've seen so many runners do it in the last couple of weeks, and I don't understand why. It's like they lose track of what they're planning to do, and they just think about going to full HP.
and Bass, having seen Red Dragon before, did not initially burn the 2 mana on stop spell, and is now paying for it, as the Red Dragon is heal mooring and hurt mooring.
And the stop spell doesn't want to land, so we're now burning through the mana and we cannot get it to go off.
So Bass got to the Treasury, all things looking great, and then the wheels came off with the first Axe Knight showed up.
Yep. The armored knights, the AK-47s themselves just said, I don't care about your agility. And then the red dragon went, I'm going to resist stop spell again and again and again. And that's just, wow, that's brutal to see.
Because even the length of the fight, the Red Dragon got off a heal more, so the Red Dragon had to be killed twice, effectively. Now trying to walk heal back to some degree of health to face the Dragon Lord, which could end poorly if an AK shows up. Like so.
Yeah, so we are looking at 9 remaining heal mores, 1 heal to use on DL1 if we're trying to stay at full. Oh, nope, there it goes. So that's gone now. And I think he had 1 remaining herb, maybe?
Alright, the game is on. You're befooled, and the fight begins.
Oh no, he burned all the herbs earlier. He's out. So no chance to get a double off the bat on DL2. And oh, it's a back attack, so we don't even get 1 attack.
Actually, an attack off because the attack roll was so low because their defense is so high.
Wow. Got very lucky that wasn't a breath there. But low rolled the attack. Min rolled it at 7. Oh.
Yeah, so apparently when you go past level 6 of Charlock, agility doesn't matter anymore, and you do whatever you want to. Because Axe Knights don't care, Armor Knights don't care, Dragons don't care, and the Dragon Lord doesn't care about your agility.
Beta Strip confirming you're looking about a 1 in 4.5 chance of getting back attacked with that agility score and everything. So that's only like a 17 to 20%. Oh, wow. That's,
again,
yikes.
Like the Scorpions in this game, the Dragon Lord's incredible defense is based on having an incredible agility score. So he's actually a lot faster than you think a giant hulking dragon inside a barn would be.
Well, we'll have to see. Does Bass go for the Mr. Holmes Swagmore kill? 1 big hurt more at the end?
You kind of have to at this point. I'd start flinging him now, honestly. Like, if you're already enough damage that would kill, fling as many as you can. Ooh, might gamble on this. Nope, heal mores.
I didn't keep a good count there. He may be wanting to get as close as he can up and then throw 1 hurt more as the last gasp.
No, refusing to hurt more, apparently. Just going to keep on swinging.
Nope, here it comes. What do we get? Oh.
Oh, you almost have 1 more chance, too. But you're down 1 MP.
Yeah, he ended up short MP. Didn't get a chance for it. Oh.
So, alas, all the way down, untouched. And then agility stopped mattering.
Yep. The basement of Charlock was the bane of Basp's existence tonight.
And Tyerenex hits 19 and gains a whole buttload of strength.
Yep, so we are looking with the Death Necklace at having 137, which is going to give us 9 to 18 attack, which is really going to go ahead and clean this up. That'll be a 13.5 average, needing somewhere between 11 and 12 swings with 100 MP, so we have 12 heal mores. I I don't see this being an issue at all here.
It's going to be a painful day for the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I don't foresee the Dragon Lord surviving this one. Tyerenex even has enough spare MP to take a stop spell shot on the Red Dragon. And it landed. Wow,
Yep.
the first turn stop spell is going to clean this up for Tyerenex. I think we have a potential winner here, folks.
Tyerenex also made a pretty nasty hero walk. Went through most of that basement without getting any encounters. So I don't even think he saw an Armor Knight down there. Maybe once on the previous dive, but I don't think they ran into any Armor Knights on the bottom.
Yeah, I think he saw one on his Death Necklace dive, but I don't think he saw any on the dive here for the Dragon Lord.
Yep, Armor Knight does it again. It's ability belying the stats. The numbers add up, but the eyeballs don't match up to what I see.
Yep, the Armored Knight, one half of the Fun Police combo, and they have done their job this evening.
Alright, be fooled. Damage broken and 2-shotted.
And no back attack, so yeah, I don't foresee any way other than a miss menu that this is probably going to end other than the Dragon Lord falling over in a heap.
It's an opening triple.
Well, I guess with 115 agility, we had to figure the likelihood of a triple was there, even with the Death Necklace equipped, and you just got to witness it firsthand.
Tyerenex taking time to inputs. Must also do the pressure. At an hour 40 in, and the opening they had with the opening town and the easy armor.
And this is going to be a second triple where he gets 3 attacks in on the Dragon Lord before having to heal more again. The low rolls from the attacks have just been unreal against this defense power for Tyerenex.
Yeah, Dragon Lord has no chance in this fight.
No, it looked free before just with the extra attack power, but with the triples that he has pulled here, my goodness. Oh, and another one. That is 3 triples from 124 HP. That's unreal. The defense power in this seed is ridiculous.
Yeah, and as mentioned in the chat by Betastrap, Basp was being hit by Fire Breath repeatedly, whereas Tyerenex is getting punched for dinky little damage.
And there is the orb, and there is the king to talk to our hero, and we look like we have a winner. That is Tyerenex with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 19 seconds.
Alright, and Bass finishing off the dive, perhaps. I would not be shocked at 11:41 Eastern. See Bass make a dive, maybe have it unfortunately stopped again, and then say that's enough of that. It's been one heck of a seed. And unfortunately, luck at the very end turned on Basp cruelly.
Yeah, the AK-47's rolling the heal spell, and our runners trying to conserve their mana to make those dives work was not a good combination. We'll let Tyerenex get up and stretch after that barn burner of a seed, and then get him in here to discuss what happened here this evening with him.
Your big differences are, initially was the push to Cantlin and Rimuldar that gave them easy access to good gear early on. And endgame was the unfortunate luck of Basp. Tyerenex was behind, basically. Basp had the means to do the job, but the last, between the Armor Knights not running And the last red dragon, not throwing out the stop spell early enough for the game to land. The red dragon saving the day. The Dragon Lord.
Yep, the Fun Police definitely Fun Policed Basp right out of this seed. All right, looks like Basp is finding all of the joke enemies in this trip around the basement room of Charlock.
All right, making good progress. Not a hero walk, but nothing of danger yet.
Oh, and I think that is the same tile it jumped him on last dive.
And again, Armor Knight is ignoring stats again. His blocking runs at 112 agility.
Every time he walks through a choke point, it's like an Armored Knight jumps him. My goodness.
Alright, now fully prepared, knowing the Red Dragon's here. Probably heal up and attempt to drop the stop spell.
Yep, I fully expect a first round stop spell right here. Here it is. And he gets it off just like Tyerenex did on his dive. This time it works. And we are joined in the booth by our winner this evening, Tyerenex. Tyerenex, GG.
basp33 will now have the freest fight possible. Be fooled again. Oh. Alas, Tyrenex's Discord is acting up. He'll be joining us in the chat instead.
Well, I guess Discord gonna Discord, just like the Rando gonna Rando, so we've got the whole gamut of things this evening.
So be it. Fast heal more in that first fight, but shouldn't be a problem for the long run. Oop. That's what Tyerenex. The opening points in this race were the first push you had to Cantlin to get the armor and gear early. Well, the gold grind that helped you out much earlier on than Basp could do it. And end game, a lucky or unlucky dive by Basp with between the Armor Knights and other effects, stopping him from getting to the Dragon Lord with full resources. You had the early exploration lead. You found a lot more faster, and we're in Charlock much earlier.
Yep, the big thing was Basp made a huge comeback by grinding that Axe Knight. He was able to get enough one-shot kills with the Hurtmore to really speed up and make some major gains on you in the XP race.
Yeah, for reference's sake, you both hit 18 at the same time, literally on screen. Alright, Bass now being careful, make sure to heal up before any attacks, not taking any risks. And comfortably takes down the Dragon Lord with 32 MP remaining.
Wow. Can't get through it because he burns heal mores and then he ends up with 4 left over. That's... wow. All right, that is Basp completing the seed in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 32 seconds. Let's get those GGs out for Basp. That was rough RNG in him there at the end.
Yeah, definitely a cruel ending to the seed in regards to the enemies not letting them pass. Basp had all the material and ability to do the Dragon Lord 2 in, but the Armor Knights and the Red Dragon playing Defender.
Yep. Tyerenex, one thing that we did wonder about, neither of you, after seeing the towns to the south of the castle, went back and did the available reset gold grind from the treasury. Did you consider it at all, or just decided it wasn't worth it with the risk from the enemies on that walk? Yeah, Ziggy noticing that not only did Bass run into one part of the Fun Police, he got hit by both of them, big time. That was just terrible to see, especially the last 20 steps before the Dragon Lord.
Alrighty, now is Basp as well.
Hello.
I would say Basp, excellent fighting, excellent work. The opening of the seed was rough for you. In the end, unfortunately, that last dive, the last dive, went south the very bottom floor. You walked through all Charlock unscathed, and the bottom floor just didn't care about agility. But you made up a huge differential and came back basically almost that close to win the race.
Yeah, thanks. I felt like I played really well after minute 20 when I got to level 2. But I think I had 17 run fails in a row to Armor Knights, which was not cool.
Yeah, that the Fun Police came out in force on you right there at the end.
Yeah, no, I mean, I figured I was in pretty bad trouble when I asked for a reroll and my opponent didn't respond. So I figured I was probably 10-15 minutes behind from the start.
Yeah, at that point, Tyerenex was at level 6 and had, I think, the Silver Shield, Magic Armor, and Urgent Sword. So there was no reroll incoming.
Well, I mean, I guess the fact that I almost won was pretty. I should take a moral victory, I guess.
It was the dedication to the grind. The Axelite grind caught you back up it took basically even levels. At 18, you both hit 18 simultaneously. So you were back like 4 level. Hard grinded all the way back with that Axelite.
Did he just not find Hawksness, or was there a different grind spot that I didn't?
No, Tyerenex chose the grind in Charlock for the ending game enemies. They engaged the Axelite twice before and got put to sleep twice, like 6 rounds each, and decided it's not worth the trouble and headache of being slept. So they went to Charlock.
Choice. That's
And you're getting gold in Charlock that were pretty tame. The Red Dragons, if met and countered the right way, were pretty tame. But so basically, it was risking the steady game of the Axe Knight, which could be a one-shot kill, versus the higher XP of Charlock.
Got it. Well, yeah, interesting seed. I guess the start was too much too.
Yeah, I was wondering, Bass, once you found the towns, did you ever consider, since you were still at level 1, going back and doing the available gold grind in the castle with the fact that you got 2 magic keys in the top?
I didn't. I guess that might have saved me a little time. I think I knew there were gold chests, so I figured I'd be able to get a hand axe or a broadsword or something pretty quick. So I think I was in pretty frustrated mode by that point, so I don't think I was optimizing. But yeah, man, I didn't even get there with any money until like 18 minutes in. But yeah, that probably was a better strategy in hindsight.
Well, the grind was phenomenal, and that dive at 18, I think you just got sadly bitten by that RNG bug, and he decided to make you sick for the rest of the night.
Yeah, it happens. That's the name of the game, I guess. But no, good race by my opponent, and interesting seed. And we'll have to get him back in the next round.
Well, thankfully you do have a win under your belt, so you haven't been eliminated yet. We'll have to see you next week to see if you can keep yourself alive with a win. So, any
Awesome.
final thoughts for us, Basp?
No, I think that sums it up. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Seawolf, you got any final thoughts for our randomaniacs here watching our Dragon Warrior randomizer race this evening?
Nothing too crazy. Again, we have the race study still ongoing on RPG Limit Break. And tomorrow we have a whole slate of races as well. So you have plenty of opportunity to see more. Good luck, bad luck, and everything in between.
All right, I would like to thank Randomania for allowing us to show these great races, our streamer Lord of the Synth for keeping everything running this evening, and Monsieur Slime for keeping all of our tracker information up to date, since we had real questions there about when our runners were going to be able to dive and kill the Dragon Lord. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Highrofellos, and I am out.